First play we're going to look at, 2nd and 2, one of the Patriots' first offensive plays.
It was the Efton Chism show, the Efton Chism and Ben Wooldridge show late in this game. Efton Chism actually had a couple opportunities missed. It looked like Joshua Dobbs missed him on a crossing route and on a sail route that could have gone for potential conversion. So it made his stat line look a little less impressive. I believe he had 6 catches for 50 yards, which doesn't look great. But also the plays that he did make were significant because obviously Chism also had a touchdown. So first going to run this play through so we can see how it happens. You see Chism right here in the slot, running a little mesh concept, a little shake, gets open. The ball isn't great, and that's not the quarterback's fault. There was contact. We'll talk about that. But breaking the tackle and getting into the end zone, Mike Vrabel mentioned specifically after the game what he was impressed with when it came to Efton Chism. And he mentioned the play strength of Efton Chism, and he showed it in breaking tackles, not only here, but on the screen that will also break down. So why did this play work? So first, the Patriots are going to run what's called mesh rail, right? So the mesh is going to happen here with the tight end running over on a crossing route to try to create a pick against the man coverage from the Commanders, with Efton Chism coming underneath to try to get open for an easy gain so he can pick up some yards after the catch on what is 4th and 1, a critical down where the Patriots need to make a play. We're also going to get a sit route right here from Kyle Williams. Not quite that deep. Let me fix that. We'll sit route just in case it's zone coverage, which it isn't, so that's not quite as relevant. We'll clear out from Javon Baker. And then the rail in mesh rail is coming from the running back, who's going to run a wheel to get upfield. Now, Jennings, the running back, isn't going to get the ball, but he does a great job creating space and then blocking at the end of the play. Love the effort from him there to kind of help Chism with the play. But Wooldridge's initial read is actually the rail because he wants to see, okay, how is whoever's covering Terrell Jennings going to respond? Are they going to take a shallow angle where he can get over the top on the rail, or are they going to kind of give distance where, you know, maybe you toss it into the flat for a short game, but really you don't want to take that chance and throw behind the line of scrimmage, and you don't want to take an unnecessary risk downfield if you don't have to. So Wooldridge gets the play. You see he initially looks towards this rail route right here and sees the defender does have to bubble over, but he decides he instead wants to step up, take 2 quick hitches to avoid pressure, and try to hit the crossing route to Efton Chism. Now, Wooldridge, will see in the end zone angle a little bit better, gets his arm hit, so this is a wobbler, but great job by Efton Chism to still track the ball, make the catch through contact, and then run through contact, because some guys, you know, they just go down as soon as they're hit. Not Efton Chism. He keeps his feet, sees the end zone. Little hop just in case. Celebration with his teammates. Get in there, young man. Great job. Efton Chism has been virtually automatic. He's had, recently some plays where higher difficulty reps he wasn't able to make. But in this game, I really thought he made the most of his opportunities, and we saw it here. Now, from Ben Wooldridge, why I was so impressed here. Now, the Commanders are going to send a 5-man rush, so every blocker up front is going to be engaged. Unfortunately, you're going to see both guards, Layden Robinson and Mekhi Butler, end up losing on their edges, right? So you see both of these guys win to the outside and end up converging, and Layden Robinson's guy actually winds up hitting Wooldridge's arm. But even though there's pressure in the pocket, Wooldridge isn't affected by it, steps up confidently, and makes the throw. You don't see him flinching away from contact. He follows through as best he can. Ball's a little bit of floater. Doesn't matter. Efton Chism. A little bit of a stiff arm, too, from the Chiz there, right? Tries to disrupt the pass. Nope, son, get off me. Thank you. Run in. And then Terrell Jennings. Let me get the other angle so we can see that a little bit better. But I really loved the effort from him. So he runs upfield to draw coverage. And then when he sees Chism's got the ball, tries to throw a block in case he needs to. A little something extra afterwards as well. Like that from Terrell Jennings, a guy who was on the practice squad last year. I think he has a good shot to make it as well. He's a versatile player who can pass block, he can run, and he can catch the football. All right, next play. Efton Chism's screen play. What I loved about this one is Chism getting vertical. He's not trying to juke and make all these moves. It's 1st and 20. He knows that he's got to get upfield as quickly as possible, get his offense yards, gets a couple nice blocks, runs through a tackle, protects the football, and converts on 1st and 20 on a really well-executed play. So Just going to get a basic screen where Chism's going to come through here. Jeremiah Webb is going to block the outside man. Demontre Jacobs is going to block the man who's responsible for the slot there. Really impressive block here also from Demontre Jacobs. Now we're going to get some downfield blocks as well. But these are really the keys that are going to set up this play. Also a great job from Alex Lindstrom at center, getting to the second level, occupying his man, and giving Efton Chism even more room to work after the catch. So Efton Chism gets the ball. Jeremiah Webb gets just enough of his guy. And then a nice job from Efton Chism to make that move inside, help set up Demontre Jacobs' block. Jacobs gets himself a pancake, throws that guy to the ground. Also got to show that love once again to Alex Lindstrom, getting to the second level, staying on his man to help clear a path for Efton Chism. Really good job from Alec Lindstrom. I liked him. I wasn't really familiar with his game, but after looking at his tape, he's a physical dude. He brings a bit of an edge there. And also Efton Chism, you can see here, once he kind of gets into space, like I said, you get the juke there. Now he's running. Little move to try to get some extra. And then the linebacker tries to punch out the ball, but Chism sees it coming, puts both hands on it to prevent the punch out, then still runs through not just the linebacker's punch-out attempt, but another tackle attempt. And the linebacker does a good job kind of staying on there, but impressive by Efton Chism, a guy who's a little bit smaller, more of an undersized Z, more of a prototypical slot, to be able to show this physicality and quickness and doing the little things to protect the football and not make a mistake where it looks really good now, but if he gets that punched out, we're having a very different conversation about this play. Wanted to get it one more time from the end zone angle. Demontre Jacobs, boom! There we go. A little juke from Efton Chism. Alec Lindstrom with the effort on the downfield block. Chiz sees the linebacker coming in, knows he's got to put two hands on the rock, doesn't let it get punched out, drags the defensive back, and is finally brought down just short of the end zone. Wish he could have made it a 2-touchdown day. But I think this young man's got a pretty promising future. Maybe he's got 2 touchdowns somewhere down the road. Who knows?